Thank you for signing up to volunteer with our PAWS team at the Stand Down event. All volunteers for this event are required to watch this recorded training, and after completion of watching the training, please take the e-quiz to confirm your understanding of the basics of the event. You will also receive additional hands-on, in-person training during the first 15 minutes of your event shift. In times of war, Stand Down refers to a time when soldiers can take a break from the battlefield. The first Stand Down event was in 1988 and has occurred annually ever since. The goal is to provide coordinated, comprehensive services to homeless veterans over a 3-day period at one location. This service model was designed to bridge many of the physical and psychological barriers between service providers and recipients. This event now serves nearly 1,000 homeless veterans annually with essential services to get them off the streets. These services include legal aid, job and recovery counseling, housing information, haircuts, dental care, clothing, and more. Our role at the event is to provide pet sitting services for event attendees who own pets, since pets are not allowed in the event unless they're service animals. We also provide pet resources, such as collars and leashes. Stand Down takes place at San Diego High School's baseball field. The school is just south of Balboa Park if you're driving on Park Boulevard. We recommend parking on Park Boulevard, which is limited, so give yourself plenty of time, and walking through the front gate of the field. If you let the volunteers at the gate know that you're there to volunteer with San Diego Humane Society, they will let you in. The PAWS pet sitting area is actually just to the left of that exact gate entrance. All volunteers at this event are required to be in full San Diego Humane Society volunteer uniform. This includes your blue volunteer shirt or apron. Please let us know if you don't already own one so we can bring one for you to the event. Long pants, but capris are okay if it gets hot. Closed-toed shoes, and your volunteer name badge. And again, if you don't have a name badge yet, please email us ahead of time so we can bring one for you. We have 2 volunteer roles at this event. The client support role focuses on serving our people clients by assisting with check-in and check-out, answering questions, and escorting clients back to their pets. Our second role is dog support. This solely focuses on walking the dogs at designated walking times each day. These shifts are only open to current San Diego Humane Society trained dog volunteers who have completed our handling training. Our goal is to create a calm experience for each pet and client at the event, so we'll only provide a few pre-scheduled walks each day and ensure much-needed quiet time in their crates. So here is a general overview of what you can expect during your dog support shift. Instructions for each duty are on the following slides. You will check in with staff for your pre-shift training. You will look over a master list at check-in and look at the info sheets attached to each crate to familiarize yourself with the pets. You will walk dogs only if pre-okayed by owners. You will help fit harnesses when needed. You will sit with anxious dogs. Sometimes they just want a human's presence. You will clean crates as pets are checking out. And you will report any bites or injuries directly to your staff partner right away. So let's start with the paperwork that we'll be using throughout the event. This master list is a running list of all pets in our care. It helps to do a quick head count if needed. It is kept on a clipboard at the check-in table at the front of the pet sitting area. The pet sitting sign-in form is used to gather the pet family's information, one sign-in sheet per pet, and contains a waiver on the back side. Our pet activity log is used to track our interactions with each pet, feeding, walking, etc. The sign-in sheet and activity log are both placed in a clear sheet cover and hooked directly to the pet's crate using a binder ring. We will also have a half sheet to give owners at check-in indicating what to expect while their pets are in our care. This sheet will cover walking and feeding times so the owner can focus on other important activities going on in the event. Lastly, we will have an appointment log for the wellness clinic that Banfield Foundation will host later in the weekend. We ask that volunteers bring their own treat bag, and we will provide the treats for you to use during the event. Treats often help a stranger and a dog get off on the right foot and can help distract a dog that may be reactive to other animals or people while being walked. Doggy waste bags will always be provided as well. All dogs at the event are required to have a harness and leash on at all times. During check-in, volunteers in this dog support role will be asked to help fit harnesses on dogs that come without one. Please observe body language and allow the owner to handle the dog if he seems uncomfortable. Look out for signs such as lip licking, turning their head away, trying to move away from you. All of these, as you know, mean that the dog is not comfortable being handled by a stranger. In this case, we can give the owner tips for fitting the harness, but please leave the hands-on part to them. Dogs will be walked at designated walking times every 2 hours between the hours of 6 a.m. and 8 p.m. Pets will be fed after the morning and evening walks. Please be sure to check for food allergies when feeding. The pet sign-in sheet will indicate whether or not there are any allergies that we should be aware of. We will have grain-free options as needed. Also, some owners will provide food for us to give their pets. We ask that you log any action items using the activity log in the clear sheet protector attached directly to each pet's crate. Action items include walking, feeding, and any time outside of the crate, including owner visits, vet visits, even sitting in a quiet place. The log should be updated each time an action is taken with that pet so everyone is on the same page. Also be sure to note any health or behavioral concerns to be aware of, such as difficult getting into the crate, loose stool, dog reactive, etc. So here are a few tips while walking dogs at the event. Please only walk one dog at a time. If there are 2 dogs in a crate, 2 volunteers should be walking that pair of dogs. There will be multiple volunteers on your shift, so coordinate together so you're not taking dogs out of crates that are stationed right next to each other. Allow for the much needed space when they first step out of their kennels. Before you leave, make sure to attach the On a Walk sign to the front of your dog's crate so everybody knows where that dog is. Here are some crate tips and tricks. When asking a dog to come out of the crate, please be aware of any sign of avoidance when you're at the crate front, and you can always toss the dog a couple of treats before you open the door to build that relationship. Be sure to always pick up the end of the leash that is hanging outside of the crate to help reduce the risk of the dog getting loose. When asking a dog to go back into its crate, be sure to toss a couple of treats straight in the crate. Keep hold of the leash until the door is completely shut and latched, and always let the very end of the leash hang out of the crate door or the bottom for the next walker to be able to easily access. We will be walking dogs away from where the event takes place. The highlighted route indicates the general vicinity we should be walking. We are not permitted to walk dogs on the baseball field. Please stay within the high school grounds. Keep your walks to just 20 minutes or less. Be sure to keep your cell phone on you in case you need to reach us or we need to reach you. And you can always utilize the map that we will provide you when you check in. Some safety tips while working with dogs at the event. Please remember that once you take a dog on leash, you are responsible for that dog. If you yield, so pull off to the side, to any people and dogs approaching you, you typically can avoid any potential problems that may occur. Keep the dog away from people and kids. If they run up and ask to meet the dog, just politely tell them that it's actually not your dog and ask them to just give the dog some space because he's not with his current owner right now. We will have water jugs or water bottles to fill every water bowl that's provided inside each crate. While one volunteer is walking a dog, another can tidy up his crate and put water in the bowl. If you notice that a crate is in direct sunlight, notify your staff partner so that we can relocate the pet to an area that is shaded. Every crate should have a sheet, towel, or blanket on the top and or sides of the crate to have a visual barrier between the crates and the dogs. Please be sure to leave a little open breathing space to allow air to get inside the crates. We typically have a couple of cat clients at these events. They usually come in carriers already, which are placed inside our larger crates, as well as a litter box and food and water bowl. Some cats will stay in their carrier the entire weekend, while others will want to come out if they are in fact harness and leash trained. If a cat is on leash and harness, it can take a break from its crate. When you're walking these cats, just be sure to stay close to their crate and away from the other dogs in the event. So a few notes about the pets in our care. It's really important to remember that the bond between homeless pet families is unique. Unlike you or me who have commitments during the day, these pet families are usually together virtually every moment of every day. Because of this, it can be very stressful for them to be apart, both for the owner and for the pet. Pets might not eat, they might not want to be handled by us, and they might even try to flee to find their owners. So while we hope that the pets will be comfortable with us, our top concern is ensuring their safety. If a dog is barking or whining, do your best to ignore him. It may be noisy, but at least we know he is safe in his crate until his owner returns. If you're ever concerned for a pet's safety, please let your staff member know immediately. So if an owner arrives to take out his or her pet, please make sure you or the owner fills out the activity log attached to the pet's crate. This will keep everyone on the same page so we know where the pet is at all times. Friends and family will not be permitted to take the pets out unless their name has been indicated on the sign-in sheet. We will have lots of supplies and resources to give away during the event and at checkout. Please use the supply tracking sheet to tally all the items we distribute. This is a very important step. Keeping good data regarding the number of pet families helped throughout the weekend and the supplies we distribute helps us prepare for future events. It can also help us get funding so that we can help more pets and people next year. So after each pet checks out, we will need to clean the crate to be used for the next pet checking in or to prepare for breakdown at the end of the event. When cleaning a crate, please place the used towel or blanket in the trash bag for dirty laundry. Please spray the crate down with disinfectant and wipe down the water bowl. If the event isn't yet over, we're going to keep the crate assembled and we're going to put a new towel inside to prepare for the next pet. And if we are near the end of the event, we're going to go ahead and break down the crate and stack it to bring it back to the shelter. So that's it. Thank you so much for volunteering with us at this year's Stand Down event. We rely on volunteer support to provide these resources to this community. So we truly thank you for being a part of it. If for any reason you cannot fulfill your volunteer commitment, please let us know as soon as possible so we can refill that shift with another volunteer. Thank you again, and we look forward to seeing you at the Stand Down event.